On the 74th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast, we're going to be talking about the MLB Awards. We have our NFL Pickems and news. We are going to be filling out our Thanksgiving bracket and ending it off with some Hall of Fame. Yay or nay, make sure you use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at w.gg for 10% off your order. Rollin'! Welcome to HatTrick Sports, starring your host, Isaiah Carpenter. Bringing you the biggest sports headlines every week. This is the HatTrick Sports Podcast. First, we are going to get started with the MLB Awards. So last week, MLB announced all of their awards, all the voting went on, and we had some unanimous award winners, and we had some that came down kind of close. So we're going to start off, and I think the Rookie of the Year came out Monday, and then Tuesday was Manager. Then Wednesday, I want to say, was Cy Young, and then Thursday was MVP. So on Monday, they announced the NL and AL Rookie of the Year, and for the NL Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens did win, and he deserved to win. Jackson Merrill did not deserve to win. Paul Skeens has had an incredible year, and he deserved it. He had 11 wins, 3 losses, a 1.96 ERA, 133 innings pitched with 170 strikeouts, and a 5.9 WAR as a pitcher in his first year, and he just got drafted. He spent hardly any time in the minors, and so he deserved that. Jackson Merrill did not compete. It's very hard to compare them because one's a pitcher and then one does everything else but pitch. But yeah, Paul Skeens definitely deserves to win that. For the AL Rookie of the Year, you have Luis Gil. He started off his season hot, and then he kind of leveled out in the middle of the season, and then towards the end of the season, he kind of died off a little bit. But he had 15 wins, 7 losses, a 3.50 ERA with 152.2 innings pitched, and he had 171 strikeouts in his rookie season with a 3.1 wins above replacement. So now, if you compare the two pitching, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year award winners, you have Gil and you have Skeens. Skeens wins that 1,000 times out of 1,000. It's just the AL didn't have a whole lot of good rookies. Now let's move on to Manager of the Year. So you had the NL and AL Manager of the Year. For the NL Manager of the Year, you have Pat Murphy with the Milwaukee Brewers. He had a 93-69 record with the Brewers with the I did that wrong. Oh yeah, with the win to loss percentage of 5.74. I had a Stevenson overview. So Pat Murphy guided the Brewers to 93-69 record and the NL Central title in his first year. But fell in the NL Wild Card Series to the Mets. He earned NL Manager of the Year for his leadership role for the Brewers. And for the AL, you have Steven this former player. He only played a few years ago. He has 92 wins, 69 losses last season. He led the Guardians to a 92-win season and an AL Central title, and in the ALCS appearance, they did end up losing to the Yankees, who ultimately made it to the World Series. And then these two did deserve to be Manager of the Year. They're questioning that did Dave Roberts kind of get snubbed, because obviously he did. I think he did better than Murphy. I mean, record-wise and just overall, I think Dave Roberts pushed his team. But Dave Roberts in the past, so whatever. I'm not going to complain too much about it. And then you had the Cy Young Award winners be announced. For the NL, you had Chris Sale for the Braves. Chris Sale has had a very wonky career. He was good in like 2016 to 2018, 2019. Then he's kind of fell off, and then now he's good again. He went 18-3, 18 wins, 3 losses with a 2.38 ERA, 177.2 innings pitched with 225 strikeouts, a 6.2 wins above replacement last year. These WAR stats for all of these guys are absolutely insane. 6.2 wins above replacement. That means if he was replaced with the average guy, the Braves would have had 6 less wins. That's a lot when you really think about it. And on the AL Cy Young Award winner, you have Tariq Skubal. I think we all kind of knew that was going to happen. 18 wins, 4 losses, 2.39 ERA. 192 innings pitched, 228 strikeouts, and a 6.3 wins above replacement. this was super close comparison. If you compare Chris Sale to Tariq Skubal just stat-wise, not on the teams they played or anything else, but strictly stats, they are incredibly close. They have the same amount of wins. Skubal had one more loss than Sale. They were only off. Their earned run average was only off by 1/100th of a run. Innings pitched, Skubal did pitch like 15 more innings than Sale. They were only off by strikeouts by 3. Skubal had 3 more strikeouts than Sale. And then wins above replacement, Skubal had a 6.3 wins above replacement, and Chris Sale had a 6.2. So when you compare those two, it's absolutely wild to see like just how close that the two Cy Youngs were. And then the most valuable player, we had 2 MVPs. You have the AL MVP and you have the NL MVP, both unanimous. I mean, it was obvious. These two played in the World Series against each other. Now, sure, these awards are from the regular season and not the postseason, but you have Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Let's talk about Aaron Judge first. He had 180 hits, 58 home runs, a 322 batting average. He had 144 runs batted in with only 10 stolen bases, but wins above replacement 10.8. The Yankees would not be where they are now without Aaron Judge. An above 10 WAR in a season. People don't even do that in a career, and he did that in just 162 games, and he didn't even play all 162 games. Aaron Judge was obviously the MVP for the AL, and for the NL, people were like, oh, Francisco Lindor should win it. No, Francisco Lindor could not even compete with Shohei Ohtani. I don't care if Shohei never played on the field. Shohei Ohtani put up so many record-breaking numbers. He had 197 hits, 54 home runs, 310 batting average, 130 runs batted in, 59 stolen bases, and 9.2 wins above replacement. Being the first player to join the 50-50 club, and really the first player to make the 54-54 club, or the 54-59 club, if we want to be that specific. It came down to the last game for him to win the Triple Crown, but he came up short batting average to Arias, I believe. And both these MVPs had absolutely incredible seasons. So congratulations to everybody who won an MLB award. All right, let's move on to our NFL news and Pickems. Now, I understand we are filming this on a Monday afternoon. We are filming this, and I know all the NFL games have surpassed, but I have proof, and I'm in a league, and just picked off of that. These teams were picked, and you'll see by the record. The record was not so good. You will see by the record that I did not cheat in this, and I have proof. If any of you want it, I have screenshots of proof of days that I submitted the picks and stuff. So let's move on to Week 12 NFL Pickems. You have the Titans and you have the Texans. We chose the Texans. You have the Vikings and Bears. Vikings, you have the Cowboys and Commanders. Give me the Commanders. You have the Patriots and Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to become a good team. They just had that first rough half of the season. They just had to get it out of the way. So give me the Dolphins. You have the Chiefs and Panthers. The Chiefs coming off of the first loss of the season last week against the Bills. But again, they're playing the Panthers. So give me the Chiefs. You have the Bucks and you have the Giants. Give me the Bucks. You have the Lions and Colts. Lions, Super Bowl contenders right now. So give me the Lions. You have the Broncos and Raiders. It's being played in Las Vegas. So give me the Raiders. You have the Cardinals and Seahawks, little division matchup. Whoever won this was going to lead in the NFC West. So give me the Cardinals. You have the 49ers and Packers. Again, the 49ers are stuck in that division. They need to win this game. So give me the 49ers. You have the Eagles and Rams. Give me the Eagles. And for Monday Night Football, you have the Ravens and Chargers. The Ravens, if they win this game on Monday night, the Ravens will be they will be tied with the Steelers record-wise for the NFC or for the AFC North, but I don't know who holds that tiebreaker. So give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens for Monday Night Football, and those are your Week 12 NFL Pickems. Last week, I forget how we did last week, but yeah. so like I said, all these games have already passed. I had them submitted in an app and everything beforehand if you guys need proof, whatever, because I know you guys are going to come after me in the comments. Let's move on to more NFL news. We have some more NFL news. Let's just go over the overall NFL standings. So in the AFC East, you have the Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots. The Bills, I think, have already secured kind of that division. The Dolphins will also probably make the playoffs, in my opinion. I think that the Dolphins make the playoffs. In the AFC West, you have the Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. The Chiefs, again, kind of carried away that division. In the AFC North, it's a very tight race right now between the Steelers and Ravens, but you never know. Again, it all depends on this Monday Night Football, but I think that the Ravens come out on top and the Steelers make the playoffs. You have the AFC South, the Texans, Colts, Titans, Jags. Give me the Texans. I think the Texans are going to win that division. The Colts might make the playoffs. We'll see what happens. They'll be on that iffy kind of train. Let's move on to the NFC. You have the Eagles and Commanders, Cowboys and Giants. Now the Eagles have only have 2 losses as of right now. Commanders are, I believe, only 2 games behind them. But the Commanders, they've lost 3 straight games. They were 7-2 and now they're 7-5. The Cowboys, America's team, 4-7. What else did we expect? The Giants are 2-9 again. Danny DeVito, they've lost 6 games in a row. They were 2-3 and now they're 2-9. They had a mutually part ways with Daniel. So yeah, now you got Danny Dimes, and hopefully they can at least just get a good draft pick, I think is what you get out of all this, but whatever. You have the NFC West, you have the Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, 49ers. The 49ers, I thought they were going to be good this season. They were obviously good the last few seasons. Nope, they're last place in the division. As of right now, the Seahawks are first in the division. They hold the tiebreaker against the Cardinals, and then the Rams not far behind. The Rams are only 1 game behind them. So again, that's going to be another tight division matchup. Not matchup, but just a tight division that we're going to have to see with these next few weeks coming down. You have the NFC North. You have the Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears. I kind of like this division. The Lions obviously only have 1 win. Super Bowl contenders. The Vikings, 2 losses. Super Bowl contenders, 9-2. The Vikings were on absolute fire, and then the Lions just kind of overpassed them. And then the Packers are only 1 game behind the Vikings, and then the Bears are 4-7. But you know what? That's just what you got to do being a Bears fan. You have the NFC South. You have the Falcons, Bucks, Saints, and Panthers. The Panthers are doing better than I thought this season. They're 3-8 and almost beat the Chiefs. But no. The Panthers aren't any good. The Saints aren't any good. The Bucks are okay, and the Falcons are okay. It's just kind of a meh kind of division. Let's talk about the only 2 teams that are 10-1. You have the Lions and you have the Chiefs. Now, which team is better, the Lions or the Chiefs? I think that at the beginning of the season, and in seasons past, the Chiefs are a lot better than the Lions. But I think the Lions are coming up. They're realizing what they got. They have, I think their head coach is very, very, very determined to win all this. And you know what? I think Lions or Bills will win not the World Series, the Super Bowl. I think it's going to be either the Lions or Bills who win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs might make it, but I'm sticking with the Bills. I've said it for 20 months ago. I said that the Bills were going to win the Super Bowl this season. A whole bunch of people came after me, and I will have the last laugh. So those are your, I don't know. We're 12 weeks in. Those are your little standings updates. Let's move on to more NFL news. Jason Kelce, obviously former center from the Eagles, a great center for the Eagles, has announced that he will host a late night show on ESPN starting January 3rd. I believe it will be 5 episodes on 5 straight Friday nights, beginning January 3rd, and then the last week will be the last day that he does it will be February 1st, and it'll be live recorded. Let me read some of this. He announced it on Jimmy Kimmel Live. It's going to be called, they call it Late Night with Jason Kelce. It's going to be on ESPN, a 1-hour show, 5 straight Friday nights beginning January 3rd, and that will be on the last week of the NFL regular season and the playoffs. The show will be filmed in front of a live audience. The first 4 episodes will be at 1 a.m. Eastern Time starting January 4th, the morning of January 4th, and the final episode at 1:30 on February 1st, which will be January 30th or whatever, that night, kind of. Jason Kelce said that he loves late night shows. I've always loved them. I remember sleepovers watching Conan O'Brien with my friends. Kelce said on Kimmel's show, we're going to have a bunch of guys up there, legends of the game, friends that I played with, coaches, celebrities, and obviously more guys. The Philadelphia-based band Snack Time will provide the show's music. The show's title is a homage to They Call It Pro Football. And yeah, I think this will be good. I think this will be good for NFL. I think they're just kind of expanding, see what they could, ESPN and NFL kind of stretching out what they can go with. I like that it's only 5 episodes running through the postseason. I give it to Jason Kelce. Obviously, I think he just also announced that he has his 4th kid coming. But yeah, Jason Kelce's living the retired football man's life. I mean, when guys retire, I think they want a career like Jason Kelce, so you gotta give it to him. But that's it on NFL news. Let's move on to our Thanksgiving, our HatTrick Sports Thanksgiving bracket. So I came up with an 8 seed Thanksgiving bracket on everything Thanksgiving, and I will be filling out this bracket. We have 8 seeds. You have the 1 and the 8 seed. You have Turkey versus Thanksgiving Cornhole. This will be the biggest upsets of the night. But give me the upset. Thanksgiving Cornhole. Turkey is overrated. Sometimes it's dry. Doesn't always have a lot of flavor. Hey, you got to go with Thanksgiving Cornhole. That takes the upset. You have the 4 and 5 seed watching NBA matchups versus Thanksgiving leftovers. Thanksgiving leftovers is the most overrated thing in all of holidays of the entire year. Thanksgiving leftovers are absolutely disgusting. Give me watching NBA matchups. You have the 2 and the 7 seed. The matchup of the night. You have Thanksgiving NFL football versus pumpkin pie. Who's going to say no to either of those? If I'm offered pumpkin pie, yeah, I'm going to demolish it. If I'm offered Thanksgiving NFL football, yeah, I'm going to watch it. Why can't we have both? But this is what I get paid for. I get paid to make the hard decisions. The 2 and the 7 seed. Thanksgiving NFL football, pumpkin pie. It just wouldn't be Thanksgiving without Thanksgiving NFL football. So give me Thanksgiving NFL football. You have the 3 and the 6 seed backyard football and the turkey trot. Who likes running at 5 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning? Absolutely horrible. Just give me backyard football. So you have the 8 and 4 seed. You have Thanksgiving Cornhole versus watching NBA matchups. I'm going to be honest, more of a football kind of guy. I'm going to go with Thanksgiving Cornhole. You can never go wrong with Thanksgiving Cornhole. The competitive edge with your family and friends, you got to give it to Thanksgiving Cornhole. Some may say that was an upset. Another upset, the 8 seed making it to the finals, and then you have the 2 seed and the 3 seed. You have Thanksgiving NFL football with backyard football. Yeah, you got to pick the Thanksgiving NFL football. You got to go with the 2 seed. It wouldn't be Thanksgiving without Thanksgiving NFL football. So now you have the 8 seed playing the 2 seed in the finals. You have Thanksgiving NFL football against Thanksgiving Cornhole. Cornhole, you had your way, made it through the rounds, all the upsets, but Thanksgiving NFL football will take the dub. Thanksgiving football is the staple of Thanksgiving. It just wouldn't be Thanksgiving without it. Now, maybe with this year's matchups, I know it's not the best of the matchups that we've ever seen, but the halftime shows, the games, the family, you get to watch it with all your friends and family. You just got to go with Thanksgiving NFL football. So there is your HatTrick Sports Thanksgiving bracket. Let me know who would have won your bracket and what the upsets and all that would have been. So, like I said, that is your HatTrick Sports Thanksgiving bracket brought to you by W.GG. Make sure you use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at W.GG for 10% off your order. It helps you, it helps me, it helps W, it helps everybody. It's a win-win-win. So, yeah. Let's move on. Bryson DeChambeau, the professional golfer in town, he is attempting to make a hole-in-one over his house, which is covered with glass windows, but he thinks that he can hit a hole-in-one over his house and into his little putting green in his backyard, and he will do it eventually. As of right now, he is on day 13 and has not made the hole-in-one yet. He's been extremely, extremely close, but he has not made the hole-in-one yet. he gets for every day he gets an extra stroke. He gets an extra swing. So at the time of this recording yesterday was day 13. He got 13 swings. Day 1 he only got 1 swing. Day 2 2 swings, just like that. But again, he's been very, very close. I've watched every single day so far. He has been very close, and it's coming soon. So I'm hoping when I'm filming this that he doesn't hit it, because then all this would just be for nothing. But yeah, he's been close. I think on day 16, he will hit the hole-in-one. Because again, on day 14, he's going to have 14 shots. On day 15, he's going to have 15 shots. Those two combined are 29 total swings. And then day 16, on one of those 16 shots, I think he makes the hole-in-one. So put down your guesses below. How many days does it take Bryson DeChambeau to make a hole-in-one over his glass house? And another little side bet, does he break a window in the process? Now, so far, obviously, he's a professional golfer, but does he accidentally whiff one, and does it go straight through his glass home? I don't know, just a little side wager to put down. But yeah, that's a little side story of the day. Let's move on to our sponsored segment. You got W.GG, the greatest energy drink in all of the land. Hey, guess what? See, that's just normal water. That's just normal water. I don't feel energized. Sure, I feel my throat isn't as dry from talking for 20 straight minutes, but I need the energy. I need energy for all this stuff. So we are going to choose one of my favorite flavors, passion fruit juice sauce. What you do is you go to W.GG. You pick the tubs. They have hydration stuff. They have all these tubs. They have to go for on-the-go stuff. They have cans. They have all sorts of stuff. You take your scoop. You put it in here. Just one scoop is all you really need, and it will keep you awake and energized. So you have the scoop of that. It smells delicious, and it tastes even better. You dump it in here, just like that. Put that back on. Do all that. You put the lid back on. Ooh, I can already smell it. Get your W water bottle. Again, at W.GG. Use code HatTrick Sports for 10% off your order. It helps you, it helps me, it helps W. You shake it up real good, and there you go, just like that. You got an energy drink. Pop it open. It's absolutely amazing. It tastes good. It's jitterless, so after you drink some Red Bull or Monster, other energy drinks, you get all jittery, and then you get the crash. This will not cause jitters or crash, and it's healthier for you than other canned and processed energy drinks. So go to W.GG, use code HatTrick Sports for 10% off. You can get it a lot cheaper doing that. And you're welcome. You're welcome. Use code HatTrick Sports when checking out at W.GG. All right. Let's move it on. Let's move on to top 5 sports broadcasters of all time. So we've seen some great sports broadcasters in recent years and throughout the years of sports in general. Every single professional sports have some great broadcasters, but we are just going through the top 5. At number 5, you have Al Michaels. One second. Here we go. At number 5, we have Al Michaels. He was known for his Monday Night Football. He did some Super Bowl broadcasts. He did the Miracle on Ice thing. The reason why he's super iconic is because he brought he made every game exciting. And then obviously the most iconic quote, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes, he says during the 1980 Olympic hockey upset. And it's still one of the most memorable moments in sports broadcasting history. So that's why it's at number 5. Sure, he wasn't known for broadcasting consistently. He did do some NFL stuff, but that quote itself is why he's at number 5. At number 4, At number 4, you have Dick Enberg. He's done a few sports. He does the NFL, some MLB, college football, and then I was reading somewhere that he does also tennis. I don't obviously watch tennis a lot, but he's known for the oh my. He's always doing the oh my. It's his signature. It's his signature phrase across countless unforgettable moments. Every sport he covered, so much passion he had. He did March Madness for a few years. So yeah, that's just why he's at number 4. At number 3, you have Keith Jackson. He did college football. He's the voice of college football for over 5 decades. For over 50 years, he was the voice of college football. The charm and iconic catchphrases like "Whoa, Nelly" are etched in fans' memories, and his ability to capture the atmosphere of a game day was second to none. He's like the past Pat McAfee. If you think about this guy, it's kind of like Pat McAfee is the modern day Keith Jackson. Now, obviously, McAfee does just the college game day, and this guy was announcing for college football and stuff. But he deserves podium. At number 2, the greatest NFL coach of all time. So good that one of the biggest video games of all time is named after him. You have John Madden. He was obviously a coach and then turned into a broadcaster. Madden turned broadcasting into a masterclass in football education and entertainment. His eye, energy, insight, and everyman appeal made him beloved by fans of all ages. Like a popular catchphrase that he had was "boom" and "make fun" during live broadcasts. Again, he's just super iconic. Probably one of the most iconic sports broadcasters of all time. But at number 1, there's nothing like this man. This is my favorite broadcaster and the best broadcaster of all time. Recently died a couple years ago. Rest in peace, Vin Scully. He was with the Dodgers. He broadcasted with the Dodgers for 67 seasons. That's 2/3 of a century. He broadcasted for the Dodgers. He spanned everywhere from Jackie Robinson to Clayton Kershaw. Just an absolute great guy. I could talk about Vince Scully forever. The most iconic quote that I that I know of his is in the 1988 World Series, Game 1. The Dodgers were facing the A's. Kirk Gibson, he had the hurt leg, and he hits the walk-off home run, and Vince Scully plays rent-free in my head. "She is gone in a year that has been so improbable. The impossible has happened." Again, Kirk Gibson home run. That's what I remember most from Vince Scully. Also, in the 2016, his last ever game broadcasting, I remember it. Charlie Culberson hit the walk-off home run against the Rockies and sent the Dodgers into the playoffs. And I believe they won the division because of that in Vince Scully's last game. And then years later, a couple years ago, he did unfortunately pass away, but just absolutely incredible. Vince Scully was the greatest sports broadcaster of all time. I know I didn't get to watch his entire career. Not many people did, but for the little bit that I did get to watch, I remember a lot of moments from Vince Scully. So that is your top 5 sports broadcasters of all time. Let's move on to my favorite segment, Hall of Fame, Yay or Nay. All right, Hall of Fame, yay or nay. We are not doing a player today. We are doing a manager, Dave Roberts. Now, Dave Roberts has been managing for 8 seasons, I want to say. He's been with the Dodgers since 2016. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Dave Roberts has been managing for 9 seasons with the Dodgers. He has over 1,300 games managed, over 850 wins, just over 500 losses, with the win-loss percentage 6.627. He's won 2 World Series, could have been 3 in 2017, but the Astros did have to do trash those things. He's won 4 pennants, manager of the year. So think about this. In 9 seasons, if the Astros didn't cheat and the Dodgers won the World Series, I know that's an if, but he would have won the World Series in 1/3 of every single season that he managed. Absolutely wild. So that itself, I think, gives him huge points. Obviously, as a player, he was pretty good, but this is not as a player. This is strictly as a manager. 4 pennants. He's won a pennant half the amount of seasons that he's managed. Absolutely crazy. I believe they've made the playoffs in every single season that he's managed, and that's what you do. The end goal, a manager's job, is to win the World Series, and he did that 1/3. He could have, If Thatcher didn't cheat, he would have done that a third of every single season. There's just no manager like Dave Roberts. I know I've given him a lot of backlash, and he's done a lot of questionable things for the Dodgers and with the Dodgers, but he does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame for managers. There's just, the consistency is absolutely, he's the Michael Jordan of managers, and I'm being honest with that. I'm being completely honest with that. There are some things that are questionable about him, but it's a yay. Dave Roberts as a manager does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And before we end this here, I do want to talk about, we are completely renovating our website, HatTrickSports.com, and one of the things on there will be Hall of Fame, yay or nay, where we have every single, from all 74 episodes, if they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame or not. All the Hall of Famers, all the HatTrick Hall of Famers will be in that website. Give us a few weeks on that. This next week, we're going to go light on it, and then hopefully by the new year, it's all up and running. I'm hoping in the next few weeks, but it might take longer than that, trying to figure everything out. So thank you guys for your patience and everything, but it is a yay for Dave Roberts. Thank you guys for watching the 74th episode of the HatTrick Sports Podcast. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Again, Shop HatTrick Sports is in renovations right now. We're completely redoing it, but you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, including YouTube for all the visuals. Make sure you come on the TikTok live when we are live filming the podcast, and we will see you guys next week for episode 75.